Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. A little bit of a update of what we can expect tonight. Let me get that out of the way. There we go. Alright. So, for Central, North Alabama, and into West Georgia, we could be expecting brief spin-up tornadoes, wind damage, and pea-sized hail. So, there were some reports earlier. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe this was one. Yes. So there was reports of, in fact, I believe there was two reports, this one and another one, of trees falling on cars with people in it. This one had injury reported in Graysville, and maybe this is the other one. Yes. This one, a tree fell onto a car at the toll bridge, and there were no injuries, so that's a good thing. But we are having reports like that, which is why I said earlier to be vigilant when you are driving tonight and to tomorrow, because this is going to last until 7 in the afternoon tomorrow. There we go. So we also have some wind damage up here. Let me just zoom in. There you go. So shingles off on the roof. What else we got here? Is that it? I can't get to it. I can't get to it. The other one's covering it now. In fact, I believe it was a downed tree behind there, but I'm not, don't quote me on that, because it was a bit since I looked at it. But the other one's covering that one. I can't see what's going on. But downed trees, gosh, shingles off on the roofs of homes, damage to cars, and injuries to people. So wind shear is our main threat for tonight and into tomorrow. We can expect to see quick spin up tornadoes. In fact, earlier, before I got on here, in Billingsley, there was an area of rotation that I was watching. In fact, you can still see partial of it. So, gosh, that's what I'm talking about. We have areas of quick spin up rotation. In fact, right in here. And I'm surprised that this has not been a warning yet, or maybe it will be in just a little bit. But there's areas like that we are watching. This was like several times been reported as an area of being watched. So with that, we're going to have issues like that tonight. Quick spin up tornadoes. They're not going to be long. They're not going to be as severe, but there's something that we can we will be watching. I'm sorry, I'm kind of mesmerized by this. But anyways, in fact, is this in the location zone of being in a tornado watch for tonight? Let me look. I bet it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we can have that tonight. Our main threat, though, is wind damage. So make sure that any loose items out in the lawn, excuse me about that. Make sure that they're secure. Things out in the garden, make sure they're secure. Bring your animals in tonight, because these gusts of wind can reach up to, with maximum strengths of 45 miles per hour. At most, we can see from 15 to 25 miles per hour with just straight line winds. So, with that, be weather aware and prepared, vigilant when you're on the roads, and make sure that you have a way of receiving alerts tonight. Because right now, that area in, see if I can get back to it. Maybe I can get back to it. In Billingsley, we're going to have areas like that. So these, if it is it may not be a tornado on the ground yet. It may be just an area of rotation trying to start. It may not even form, but they will be quick spin up tornadoes. They may not even touch the ground fully. It may, or what I mean by that won't be a tornado, but if it touches the ground, it's a tornado. But it won't last on the ground long, but it can still cause some damage. So be aware of that. Make sure you have your phones up and your alerts are on. Your emergency alerts for severe weather is on. So with that, keep weather aware and prepared, vigilant on the roads, alerts on, and make sure you can get in communication with people if need be. And if you have no shelter, and tornado does last longer on the ground than it should, than expected, from whatever the National Weather Service says, if one does go on the ground, go to your place of shelter. After, just check on your relatives, check on family, friends, make sure, because we also had wind damage. I will tell you this. In fact, look at this. One furniture, trash cans displaced. I have been in a home before, my parents' house, that had significant wind damage from hurricane force winds. We had 2 large oak trees that fell onto the home. This is how serious this can be. The home was the worst off damage in the area, and that's how serious it was. Really scary. No, I'm saying this, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, but this is how serious these straight line winds can be from hurricane force winds. Right now it's tropical storm, but still, it is still severe. We had severe wind damage from, I cannot remember the hurricane, but it was hurricanes. I believe it was Hurricane Sally. I cannot remember exactly, but we had severe winds off of a hurricane, and they can knock down large oak trees. I'm not joking. So make sure you're vigilant, prepared, have an emergency kit, and if you're out on the roads, be vigilant when driving. So check on everyone after the storms pass, especially if the areas were known to have straight line winds. Check on your friends, family, loved ones, and the elderly, especially if the areas were damaged with straight line winds. So check on them. And I cannot go live tonight. I just started my YouTube account. Apparently, I can go live in, I think, a day or two. What I remember seeing. But I cannot go live tonight. So if there is anything, I will post it on the TB24 Facebook page. Other than that, that's all I have for tonight. And be prepared and weather aware. Know your place of shelter if need be to go. Make sure you have your phones and weather alert on. Backup supply charger for your phone. And have your emergency kit update and a place where you can grab it quickly. Bring your pets indoors because it's going to be gusty tonight. and storms can scare your animals, your pets. So make sure also that anything loose in the yard, small plants, I'm trying to think, small plants, anything loose in the yard, little garden accessories, stuff like that, make sure that it is secured and pinned down. I hate even saying this, even trampolines, make sure they're secured and pinned down. That's James Spann says, the national state bird. So make sure your trampolines are secured and pinned down, and I believe that's all I have for tonight. So we'll be watching this. I'm going to be watching this tonight and into tomorrow. And I'm going to be coming on here sometime soon, maybe tonight, tomorrow, and most likely in the morning, and giving a game day update for tomorrow so we can know what to expect for our Friday night games. So looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather will not be as severe, but be prepared, and that's all we can be. So with that, if anything does come up, I will be posting it on the TBE24 Facebook page. So have a good night, everyone, and stay safe and vigilant.